Hello. This Sunday, the 29th Sunday of the year, falls on Mission Sunday. And I'd like to share with you some personal connections I've experienced with our missions and our missionaries. The first took place a number of years ago. A friend of mine was interested in joining Glen Mary Missioners. Glen Mary Missioners, if you've not heard of them, is a homegrown American order that serves priestless counties in the United States. The number of churches that we have here in northern Ohio is not replicated throughout the United States. There are many places that don't even have a Catholic church in a number of counties, let alone a county itself. So the Glen Mary missionaries go out and serve Catholics in those areas, or they actually try to establish a center and then invite people to become part of it. Sometimes there's some Catholics there, and then others join, and it becomes a church and a parish, and they develop it into something more than just simply a mission center. But these priests and brothers go out into our counties. When I was down there visiting the Glen Mary headquarters in Cincinnati, part of the experience was the opportunity to go out into Kentucky, into one of the hollers. A holler is an area, like a deeper valley in which people live. And we were going to go visit one of the families that the Glen Mary missioners had some connection to. I was struck because just in making our way to this house, I said to myself, where are we? It was like out in the middle of nowhere, and then we came across a big cabin. Literally, it was a log cabin. And went up to it, and the Glen Mary brother knocked on the door, and this little kid came out and he said, "Hi, brother, how are you?" He says, "Where's your mom and dad?" And the young man said, "Oh, they went into town, and they're going to sell some of the tobacco that we've been growing." I thought to myself, they're going to go sell tobacco in the town. It sounds like something from the last couple centuries ago, not the present age and day. So he brought us into the cabin, and it was a dirt floor, pounded dirt floor. And there was a refrigerator over in the corner. I was walking around, and the brother says to me, the Glen Mary brother says, open the refrigerator up. I said, okay. So I opened it up. There were pots and pans in it. They didn't have enough electricity. They didn't have a real refrigeration. I said, well, how do they keep meat? He said, well, they don't. He said, they have meat to eat it as soon as they bring it back. He said, the little boy said, oh, we sometimes catch a squirrel every so often. He said, I bet mom and dad are going to bring back some ground meat when they come back from the town. I thought, what a simple life. Hard for me to imagine in the United States. And yet, the Glen Mary missionaries are there, serving people, even the most destitute in our own country. I also have a dear friend, Father Jim Lynch. He was ordained with me, but he went off early on to work at our mission in El Salvador. Jim finally decided his real heart was in missionary work, and he joined the Maryknoll missions. Jim has been all over the whole world. He's worked in many places, especially in South America, in El Salvador. He has worked as a missionary. I see him from time to time. He loves his work. Right now, he's in Rome, in charge of their house. They have a house there in Rome that they house their students when they're being educated in the Roman universities and colleges. And he also is the liaison between the Maryknoll missionaries and the Holy See. So it's quite an impressive job he has for, at one time, a diocesan priest in his work in the Maryknoll missionaries. There's another Maryknoll missionary I know.
He was a younger man than me. His name is Kevin Conroy. Kevin and I lived on the same street. 182nd Street, went to the same parish, St. Patrick's. As I said, he's a number of years younger than me. He followed me into the seminary, and his heart too was taken up with doing missionary work. And Kevin is right now serving in Cambodia. Would you believe it? Cambodia. And he does mental illness counseling. He has a counseling certificate and a degree from Case Western Reserve University, in addition to his other degrees as a priest, his pastoral ministry courses that he's taken. He's taken these courses in working with mentally ill people, and he brings a real, you might say, breath of fresh air and progress to some of these areas, especially in Cambodia, where they still have very primitive notions of chaining people up if they have some kind of mental illness. And he tries to work with people to help understand that they can treat them in a little bit more humane way and live with them in a more humane way. These three missionary experiences, Glen Mary, a Maryknoll missionary who's serving in Rome now, and another Maryknoll missionary serving in Cambodia who is a neighbor that I grew up with, remind us of how important the missions are. Our prayers, our sharing of our wealth, so that the mission message of Jesus Christ might continue to be spread throughout the world. God bless you.